Welcome back to the RepRapGuru Prusa i3 build manual. In this video we will be building the X and Y axis belt idlers. This is a free moving pulley that the belt will ride over as the other end is driven by a motor. In this video you'll need the X-axis idler plastic part, the Y-axis idler plastic part, 2 bearings, and all of the hardware contents in the bag marked belt pulleys. This will have 2 Phillips head 3mm bolts, 2 3mm lock nuts, and 4 washers. For tools, you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver and a pair of pliers to hold the lock nut as you tighten it. For the Y-axis idler, you're going to need the Y-axis idler plastic molded part, the pre-assembled pulley, a washer, a nut, and a bolt with another washer already on it. We'll begin by taking the molded part and the pulley and placing them so that the holes line up. And then we'll take the bolt with the washer on it and put them through these holes to keep them in line. The pulley will ride on this bolt. We will then put a washer on the outside and then put a lock nut over the end of it. It's going to be hard to get it finger tight, so you're going to need the pliers pretty quick. At this point, you're just going to hold the lock nut with the pliers and use the screwdriver to tighten the assembly. This may take a while. Once you've finished, you should end up with something like this. The pulley should rotate freely over the bolt, but the lock nut should be firm in place. This is how your assembly should be. For the X idler, we're going to need the X idler plastic molded part, a pre-assembled pulley, a bolt with a washer already on it, a M3 lock nut, and another washer. We'll begin by taking the pulley and placing it in the plastic molded part so that the holes line up. We'll take the bolt with the washer on it and put it through this hole. We will then take the other washer and place it over this. You'll notice that this plastic molded part has a nut trap in it, but we won't be able to use this since the lock nut is too small, so we'll just put a washer over it so that we can tighten the nut. And once you have it on there, you're going to want to go ahead and grab your pliers and your screwdriver and start tightening that down. Once you're done, you should have something like this, where the pulley rides freely over the bolt and the lock nut is firm in place. Once you've successfully assembled your X and Y axis idlers, feel free to move on to the next video where we'll be preparing the linear bearings for the bed and the extruder carriage.